Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you again? This is Nasma with you, and this course is to prepare you to read the Quran by yourself and to read any Arabic book you want. Today, we are with lesson 3, and we're going to continue the letters in the Arabic alphabet. Today, we're going to talk about the similar letters. We have letters are similar in writing الحروف المتشابهة كتابة similar in writing. As you can see, باء, the difference between باء and noon, the dot, the position of the dot. So with باء it's on the bottom, with noon it's on top. The difference between تاء and ياء, the two dots of تاء are on top and the two dots of ياء are on the bottom. Don't worry, it's too easy. It's just to make you more professional and more and better in letters. I also like to say, because ta start with t sound, then the dot would be on top with it starts with t. So ta top, ta top as for the possession of the letter of the two dots. Here the only letters that have three dots are th and shin. But you can see that you have one curve as for th and here three. So shin is more like a tiny W uh, if you are gonna make it similar to something in English, it's just tiny W and there's three dots on top. So this is th and this is shin. Jim has a dot on the bottom, but Kha has the dot on top. These are Zay and Ra. Ra with no dot and Zay with one dot on top. The position of the dot and how many dots are so important. Can you tell me what is this? Okay, I'll consider that you said it right. So we have Vel, which is has a dot on top, and Dal with no dot at all. This is Dod and this is Sod. Sod with no dot, Dod with one dot. We have Dha and Ta. You can say that these are two sisters, two sisters, two sisters, and two sisters. Ta and Dha, or Dha has a dot, Ta have no dots. Ghain and Ain, Ghain with a dot, Ain with no dots. Sheen and Seen, Sheen with three dots, Seen with no dots. Fa and Qaf, Fa with one dot, Qaf with two dots. Lam and Kaf, Lam like this, and Kaf with a tiny Kaf in the middle. Ta marbuta and Ha, the only difference between Ta marbuta and Ha are the two dots on top. The Alif, when it has a Hamza, and the Lam. Lam is connected to what's before and what's after. And Alif is only connected to what's before. Later on, inshallah, we're going to talk about the separate letters. But here, you need to know that Alif doesn't connect to what's after it. It only connects to what's before. Okay? Ain and Ghain. The only difference is the dot, as you see it here. Ghain is with the dot. Ta marbuta, only also when it comes at the end. It has two dots. Ha has no dots. Noon and Dhal. Noon has one dot and Dhal has one dot. You can now you can ask yourself, what's the difference between Noon and Dhal? They look just like each other. This is one of the separate letters. So the difference between Noon and Dhal, that Noon is connected to what's after, but Dhal isn't. Dal doesn't connect to what's after. Okay, this is one of the separate letters, which is the separate letters or the letters that doesn't connect to what's after. They only connect to what's before. One of those letters are alif and dal. Fa and ghain. Fa, as you can see, fa is has a one dot, a dot, and ghain. The only difference here that the head of ghain is shaded like this or filled. Ain and ghain in the middle of the word. Hamza and ain. What's the difference between hamza and ain? Hamza doesn't connect to anything. Even if it comes on top of a letter or on the bottom of a letter, it still doesn't connect it. It comes on top of it, but no connection, or on the bottom with no connection as well. But Ain connects, as you see here, and as I show you, inshallah, in the next examples. Another part, الحروف المتشابهة نطقا, which is similar in pronunciation. Let's talk about those. We have qa and ka. Qa, ka, the heavy and the light sound. We have za and the. So za sounds like z in English, but the sounds like th when you say that. And it's one of the gum letters, as you remember. We have th and sa. So th sounds like th in things, and s sounds like letter s. Okay, the and the, both are gum letters. However, the sound of the is heavy, and the sound of the is light. Ta, whether it's ta marbuta or just regular ta, and da. So it's too obvious that t sounds like t in English, and d like d or letter or sound d in English. Okay, they are just similar in pronunciation or really near to each other. Da and d. Da, there's no equivalent for da in English, but we can say it's the heavy sound of d. Okay, da. We have sa and sa. Sa, as you know, the S sound. However, sa, there is no equivalent for sa as well, because there is no equivalent for the heavy letters. All the heavy letters, there's no equivalent for them in English. So we can say that sa is the heavy sound of sa. We have f and th. F, just like f, when you say fish or fan. So the F sound. And th, just like th, as we mentioned before in the word things. We have ta, which is a heavy letter, and ta. Ta, we can say that ta, it's the heavy sound of t. Okay. We have la, which is like L sound when you say lemon or lamb. And we have ra, ra when you say rabbit or something. Okay. So we have la, ra. We have va and za. Va is a gum letter, and za just like the Z sound. Gha and kha. Gha, kha. Okay, both are heavy letters, and there is no equivalent in English, but you have to practice this. I just want to tell you that you can pronounce every letter properly, just like an Arab person, because we all have the same organs. We have the possession, like we have the tongue, we have the throat, we have everything. But the only difference between an Arab person and another person, non-Arab person, that the Arab person used all articulation points, all the possession that produces letters. But the non Arab person doesn't use all of them. So you just need to practice and to use the possession of these letters. You can do it. Gha and kha, both are coming from the throat, but the near part of the throat close to the mouth. Gha, kha. Try to feel it on your throat. Try to touch your throat and you're gonna feel it. And we have a, ha, a, ha. A and ha also come from the throat, but the middle part of the throat. And we have a, which is hamza. The sound of hamza is a, okay? Hamza and a and ha. A, just like a letter, and ha, like h. When you say hat or hen. So a and ha also come from the throat. However, they are coming from the very back part of the throat, which is close to the chest. The and the th, but like that, th, but like things. The last thing is ha and ha. Ha is like h. However, ha is more sharp, and also there is no equivalent for ha in English. However, you can do it. Now, this is a really useful activity you're gonna do after you finish the previous lessons and you know the possession of the letters, and you can recognize every letter regardless its possession. Then this is a practice for you. How would you practice this? You're not going to read words. These are words, but I don't want you to read it. I want you to spell the words. For example, you're going to just say the letters. For example, here, ya, waw, ain, dha. These are the letters. You don't have to read the word. Okay? So, try to test yourself. Stop the video. Try to spell this word, and after you finish, play it again, and then listen to my spelling, and you're gonna see if you did it correct or no. If you didn't, then go back and practice the letters and study them again, and come to these examples and spell. Once you spell them just like I did, then you're ready for next lesson, inshallah. Let's do this. Fa, jim, واو, راء, هاء, ألف. تاء، واو، راء، واو، نون. ياء، راء، ياء، دال، واو، نون. راء، واو، حاء، نون، ألف. ألف همزة or همزة، واو، ذال، ياء. همزة، واو، فاء، دال. تاء، ذال، واو، دال، ألف، نون. ألف، سين، فاء، واو، نون، ألف. ألف، ميم، نون، واو، نون. ألف، تاء، واو، نون، ياء. همزة، واو، تاء، ياء، نون، ألف. نون، واو، حاء، ياء، هاء، ألف. قاف، ألف، ميم، واو، سين، ياء. طاء، ألف، باء، واو، راء، ياء. عين، ألف، دال، واو، نون، ياء. Very good. I just want to tell you that these signs on top of the letters, like the straight lines on top or the bottom or the tiny wow on top here, or any other sign, don't pay attention to them for now because you're gonna take these later, inshallah. Let's continue spelling. غين نون ميم ياء. نون سين كاف ياء. همزة حاء ياء طاء. باء دال ياء عين. عين زاي ياء نون. تاء خاء ألف فاء ياء. باء صاد ياء راء. فاء راء ياء قاف ألف نون. همزة ألف ميم نون ياء نون. عين ميم ياء نون. زي ياء نون تاء مربوطة. عين شين ياء راء تاء كاف. همزة باء ألف باء ياء لام. حاء ألف ضاد راء ياء. صاد راء ياء خاء. سين راء ألف باء ياء لام. خاء ألف ميم دال ياء نون. ميم حاء ألف راء ياء باء. سين ألف فاء لام ياء نون. فاء ألف كاف هاء ياء نون. ياء كاف واو راء. لام ياء واو لام نون. صاد باء ألف راء. غين دال واو هاء ألف. I just want to remind you again to get the full benefit from these exercises or these examples, you have to spell first before you listen to my spelling. And then you compare between your spelling and my spelling. And if if you did it correct, then you can move the next lesson. This is the how to get the full benefit from these exercises. Now let's continue. ياء همزة لام فاء. As I told you before that whenever you find hamza on top of any letter, then it's hamza. We ignore the letter. عين لام ياء واو نون. همزة ميم ياء واو نون. كاف لام هاء نون. ياء سين ياء راء كاف ميم. عين صاد ياء هاء ميم. ياء سين ميم عين واو نون. ياء دال عين واو نون. نون واو لام هاء. ياء. There is a tiny ياء at the end. ألف لام حاء ياء. ميم تاء عين نون ألف. همزة دال لام كاف ميم. The last page. This is this is the first time you see this letter, but actually this is not a letter. These are two letters on top of each other. And it's too popular. You're gonna find it in the Quran a lot. The letter on top is reversed. Actually, this is ya, you see, this part, two dots on the bottom, and this part. Okay, this part. but it's upside down. It's written upside down and the two dots. And the next letter, which is has one dot on top, it's kha. So we have the top one, ya, and the bottom one, kha. Ya, kha, ta, صاد. كاف طاء ياء. فاء همزة ميم هاء. تاء ميم راء. ألف لام شين قاف تاء مربوطة. ألف لام سين راء. ياء تاء طاء هاء راء واو نون. Listen, guys, it's too important to pronounce the heavy letter heavy, as I did here, and the light letter light. I said ta, ta, because they are totally different, okay? And as I told you before, change the meaning, change the letter is changing the meaning. Let's go on. Alif, lam, ra, ba, ain. ألف لام تاء نون واو راء. ياء خاء راء واو نون. كاف راء سين ياء هاء. ياء باء دال لام. ياء ميم نون واو نون. تاء باء واو ياء. Oh, is this ya? No, it's Hamza. Okay? You have to pay attention to this. Whenever Hamza comes on top of any letter, we call it Hamza and we read it Hamza. Okay? Very good. Ta, ba, waw, Hamza. ألف لام نون عين ميم تاء مربوطة. And the last one is ألف لام صاد راء ألف طاء. Okay, this is the last page. Let's continue. And as much as you practice, you will find it easier, inshallah, when you read in the Quran. Let's go on. صاد واو ألف باء. سين حاء ألف باء. باء نون ألف هاء ألف. ذال واو ألف تاء ألف. قاف ضاد ألف هاء ألف. تاء فاء ألف هاء ميم ألف. تاء نون ألف صاد راء ألف. تاء قاف ألف راء باء ألف. تاء دال ألف راء كاف ألف. تاء سين ألف لام فاء ألف. ياء دال ألف فاء عين. ياء نون ألف قاف شين. ياء خاء ألف لام فاء. ياء تاء راء ألف جيم عين. ياء تاء واو ألف ضاد عين. همزة سين ألف واو راء. همزة كاف ألف باء راء. همزة حاء ألف سين نون. هاء دال ألف ياء ألف. قاف ضاد ألف ياء ألف. Okay, this is it for this lesson, inshallah. And see you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.